Yeah, well, tackling this role, the huge part of that was really spending time with Stacy. You know, I'd watched the documentary probably countless times. Documentary's wonderful, if you want to see it. But spending time with Stacy was the most important to me, to attempt to understand what she went through. Obviously the good times, falling in love with Laurel, their relationship, and then what it was like for her going through that experience. And yeah, it was really, I mean, when I saw the documentary, I wept. It was very, quite frankly, it was just so saddening to see what they went through. It felt so unnecessary and cruel. And so yeah, it was very saddening. Yeah, of course you hope. You know, that's the hope. And I mean, yes, the recent Supreme Court decision in America is amazing, but we still have lots of things to do. You know, you can get fired or denied housing in 31 states for being a member of the LGBT community. And America's come a long way. And, you know, when you were living in Los Angeles in the 50s and 60s and got beaten and thrown in jail, I'm sure marriage equality was the farthest thing from your mind. And I do think change comes when it's about people having equal rights and being able to love freely. And you hope a film like this shows really what discrimination does to people's lives. And hopefully when people realize that, that we're not different, we're not other, you know, it helps change hearts and minds. And I always feel like exposure is what does that. And will continue to create change. Yeah, well, I was obviously closeted, so and that was a very, you know, fear-based thing. These ideas that exist that you're not going to be able to work as an out gay actor, and I think what we're seeing is that's changing, and I think it's going to continue to change very, very, very quickly. I think it's going to be continued to that narrative is going to shift. For me, it was much more, I felt much more damage was happening to my career being a closeted person, because I was sad, I was closed off, and uninspired. And now I'm more creatively inspired and happy than I felt probably ever. So for me, that's fueling my work, my life as a person, therefore my life as an actor, so much more. And, you know, I think it's just going to take more people to come out and prove that it's not an issue and just something that we need to get over, because it's silly, and hopefully it will change.
Yeah, of course. I'm a believer in equal rights, and I have grown up with many people who had, you know, the experience of coming out and. So I mean, obviously, I have a frame of reference, of course, and then I think spending 3 years thinking more deeply about all aspects of the subject matter within the county that we're talking about in New Jersey, but also just as a human, and doing the research with Stacey Andre and talking about her experience specifically. Of course, it added a new definition to all aspects of the story. It was a real education for me, and then of course, working with Ellen for the last 18 months or 2 years. You know, I know you get anxious when I flatter you in front of you, but it's, you know, Ellen is an inspiring person, and it's been a privilege to learn from her.
I mean, I think my dreams are pretty similar to Stacy. I'd say I'm a romantic. Would love to, you know, share my life with someone, and, you know, totally want a dog. To stop traveling so much. You know, very similar. You know.
There's the headline. Ellen Page wants a dog.